Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is ZENIA. Thank you guys for watching. I'm actually filming on my phone just to make things a little easier for myself. So the quality probably isn't as great as the last one, but I hope you guys still enjoyed this video. I'm going to use the Disco Fox palette from Kathleen Lights and Il Makiage. Look how pretty that is. I've already done a couple looks on social media. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's ZENIA mode as well. But yeah, let's jump into it. My face is already prepped with the Origin Serum, the ginseng line. And then I also use the charcoal moisturizer from them as well. And I'm just gonna put some glow screen from Supergoop on my face. It's one of my favorites. When I don't go out, I still like to wear this because it gives a glow underneath my makeup, so I love that. All right, so then now for the eyes, I'm gonna go in with this, I believe it's called number 7. It's the Radiance Plus Glow Roll and Glow Eye Cream. I picked this up at Target. I wanted to try a drugstore eye cream just to see what's out there, and I picked this one up. I usually use the Lula Hendrickson one, so my face feels so irritated. I just shaved it earlier today with the little beauty razor and my face is on fire. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This one's in the shade Light Beige. I'm mainly gonna use this as an eye primer for the shadows I'm gonna lay down. I just picked up this concealer yesterday from Target as well, and I played with it a little bit yesterday and I really like it. Yesterday when I was playing with my makeup, I mainly used this little guy here. It's the BH Cosmetics brush, and it's just a flat little synthetic brush. I don't know what the name of this brush is just because they really don't name them, but it's really old BH Cosmetics brush. So this one's from Morphe and it's just a fluffy brush there. Jump into this shade right here, and I'm going to use that as a transition shade. So I'm going to place it a little higher because I do have hooded eyes. So once I relax my eye, it'll just drop. So I like to go in a little higher with my transition shades. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this Morphe brush. It's an E27 brush. It's flat but fluffy. And I'm going to go in with these 2 shades right here. This one and this one here. This one's gonna go a little lower. It's just to create some depth. Now that our transition shades have been laid down, this is where the fun part starts. I'm gonna go in with the plum shade. It's this one here. And I'm gonna create a V on the outer corner of my eye. And I'm gonna use that little flat BH Cosmetics brush. And I'm gonna follow the lower lash line. So this, just kind of follow it up. Like if you were gonna create a wing liner. And then take it in. And now I'm just gonna fill it in. So I'm gonna do that and then do the same to the other eye. We're gonna end up kind of blending it out, so if it's a little patchy, it's okay, because we'll go in and add a little bit more shadow to it. Okay, so now with the same brush, we're gonna go into this shade here. So I'm gonna add it here. Now we're gonna jump into the purple shade here. This one's gonna go in the inner corner of the eye. So I'm bringing the shade higher as well, like almost close into my brows. But as you bring it up higher, just don't add more product. Don't dip into the pan and add more product onto there. Just kind of sweep what you already have on there up, and so it's going to be like kind of a gradual shade. So yesterday when I was playing with this eye look, I felt like something was missing, and I added this next to the purple, and I feel like it did it. I loved the way it looked. The red and the purple have similar shine, like reflex in it. So they blend in nicely with each other. And then the red and the purple, I'm just sweeping it over a little higher than that first like shimmer shade we added. And then we're gonna go in with this one on top of that bronzy shade that we used earlier. Go in with the same on the other eye. Then when I start to blend the two shades in together, I wipe off the excess product on my hand and dip into whatever color I need to sweep them back and forth together. Now with the smaller blending brush, I'm going to go back into that plum shade and play with that V that we created. I'm going back in with that Morphe E27 brush to blend. I'm dipping into all of those transition shades that we added in earlier. Just going back and forth. So okay, so this is what we have so far. I'm gonna do the same thing to this side, and then we'll clean it up after. Just going in and retouching some of the shades. Okay, so this is where we're at with the eyes. Now I'm gonna jump into my face. I'm going with my NARS Sheer Glow in the shade medium 3.75. The shade I believe is called Pampelune. Not sure, but if it's wrong, it's medium 3.75. Gonna use using my Real Techniques sponge, and I'm just tapping it in. Shaved my face earlier with my beauty razor, and my skin's not that happy right now. I don't do it often, so when I do, my skin doesn't like me. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. concealer that I used earlier to prime my lids. So now I'm going in with a Lancome foundation brush. It's in the number 2, it's this little flat guy, and I'm gonna use it to distribute the concealer underneath my eye a little bit more precise, so I can clean up. Okay, so look how sharp I was able to get that. Now that I have the concealer where I want it, I'm gonna go in with my beauty sponge and press that into my skin to melt a little better and get rid of all those brush strokes. I love this concealer. It's so good. This is my first time buying a drugstore concealer in a really long time, and I think it's my first time really trying an e.l.f. product. I mean, besides like the setting spray that I have, but it's so good. Wow. Oh my god, my camera just like flew out of the little holder I had it in, so I had to redo it. I'm sorry if the angle's a little different, but that's what happened. Okay, so then let's jump into our bronzer. I'm going to use my Fenty cream bronzer in the shade Macchiato. Okay, and I'm just using foundation brush. I don't know what brand this is. Now that that's done, I'm going back in with my sponge and I'm just working it all in. Now that that's done, I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder. Jesus Christ. In the shade 1. So this is what mine looks like. I always hit pan on these guys. I love this powder. I will always keep this baby stocked in my collection. I love it. Now I'm going with a fluffier brush and just setting my entire face with it. I like this powder too because it's not so mattifying on me. And on top of like my other products, it didn't take away all that shine. It just kind of leaves like a satin finish. And especially when I set it, it just kind of like melts right in again. So I love, love, love this powder. I usually use another bronzer, but today I'm going to use the NARS Laguna. All right, now I'm going to go over my Fenty. Okay, now I'm going back with my powder brush that I used earlier for my setting powder, and I'm going to just blend in all that. we're gonna use this NARS blush. It's called Thrill. So it's this shade here. And I'm just gonna use this flat like powder brush and go into it. And I go into this one a lot. I like really like I really like go in there just because I feel like it's a little light for my, see how like how it's just barely there, so I feel like I have to always dig into it. So for this one, I'm just adding it to the side of my face and closer to my lash line, and not bringing it in too much to the center, bringing it really close to this area. I feel like it just really like snatches your face. So I'm gonna go into my waterline with this Kathleen Lights and Il Makiage eyeliner. It's part of the collection as well. It's like the plum color. Gonna add it there and up top. I'm gonna bring it in a little lower. So I'm gonna go in with that flat brush that we were using for all the other things up top and just smudge it in. And then I'm gonna go into the plum shade in the palette and just go over top that. Drag it out to meet the top. I feel like today for some reason the shadow's not sticking to the outer portion of my eye. Yesterday it was, but today it's not. Okay. All right, so same to the other eye. Now I'm gonna use that little fluffy blending brush to blend that out a little more. Okay, now I'm gonna pick up some of those transition shades and add it to the bottom of the plum colors just to blend it out a little more. So like that. Now we're curling our lashes. Okay, so now that my lashes are curled, I'm gonna go in with my my Macstack. This is the Mega one. Okay, so the brush looks like this. It even has like the bristles on the end. It's a plastic spoolie. Okay, so I'm gonna coat them one time and then let that dry and then go back and do another coat. But because our look is very dramatic, we have to build up this mascara. Okay, so that's one coat. I don't know if you can really see it, but I love this mascara so far. It's really good. Now I'm going in with my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash for my lower lashes. My bottom lashes, I should say. I'm running out, so it's a little dry, but it still has some. This one's great for your bottom lashes because it's so skinny and thin. It really gets in there. And if you're someone like me who always gets mascara like all over, this is great. All right, now that our bottom lashes are done, I'm gonna go back into the top lashes and add another coat. Okay, so now that our mascara is on, we're gonna jump into our brows. I usually do my brows first, but today I forgot. So we're gonna do them last. So I'm just going with the spoolie and just combing out any product that's been sitting on there from our foundation or our powders. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Brow Freeze. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with the back of a brush and then just go in there. I'm almost done, so my spoolie isn't really getting in there. And I'll just add it to the back of my hand and then just kind of work in my spoolie. So what I'll do is, I'll show you a little. So what I'll do is I'll go in with my spoolie like this, so it barely coats it. And then I'll just glide it on top of my brow first. So I'll glide it like this. Once you glide it on where you need it, you can brush it through. And I feel like the product stays a little better. Okay, so once that's done, I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit and dry, and I'm gonna move on to my lips, and then we'll come back and fill them in a little bit. So today I'm gonna try to use my Spice lip liner from MAC. So once that's done, I'm gonna go in with my Line Crime Wet Cherry Gloss. It's this one here. It's the shade Bitter Cherry. I'm just gonna add this to the rest of my lips. So because my eye look is really bold, I don't really like to have super strong brows, so I'm doing more of a feathered brow. Like I could have really just left it like this, but I wanted to add a little bit more shade because my eyebrows are a little sparse, like you can see like up here and then the front of my brow here. So I'm just going in with my brow pen from Anastasia and filling those little spots in. Before it dries down, I like to go in with the back in with a spoolie and move the product around where I need it to, or take some off where I feel like I went a little too much. Almost around my setting spray, so I'm gonna finish it off with the e.l.f. Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Spray. This one's really, really good. Once that's a little dry, I like to go back in with my sponge and just press it in case there's any like little spots. But that's it, guys. That's the look. I didn't add any highlight this time around just because I feel like there's already a lot going on. I don't want to add any more to it. But this is the look. I hope you guys like it. Let me get a little closer. See that? I just love the shimmers in this palette. They're so good. If you guys haven't picked up this collection, you guys should. It's really, really nice. And maybe I'll actually film a natural, more of a natural look with this palette, because you can. Because when you first see this palette, you kind of your first instinct is like, wow, that's a lot of neutrals, you know? But you can also create looks like this with it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.